I love Kickstarter. It's a great way for small developers to connect with buyers during development and get help along the way to finish their games. Everyone knows making games isn't cheap, and letting small devs get rewarded for their transparency will lead to a lot of new, interesting games. I mean, there are a lot of great undiscovered gems out there that just need a little help getting off the ground, and Kickstarter is a great way to do just that. However, I feel like before putting money towards a project, you need to see that they actually have a game. So let's take a look at the upcoming Identity MMORPG, a game that's starting to get thrown around in video game top lists such as the 10 most realistic games ever, or top 20 new upcoming open world games. It's also blowing up on Steam Greenlight. Identity, being developed by Asylum Entertainment, is a modern open world MMORPG. For a game like this, in their finished gameplay teaser, I'd expect at minimum to see 2 or more players moving around the world, interacting with each other, and using guns before I'd feel confident that backing this project was a solid move. You would also expect to see some demonstrations of some of the unique systems it's promising. So let's go through their game overview video and see what they've promised.
Identity is an MMORPG, the people who play all of the different roles in the game. You could become a businessman, for example, or you could be a criminal. You could become a policeman or paramedic, a firefighter, the list goes on. In each of these careers, there's a totally separate progression path where you can grow your way through the ranks and unlock new abilities and move your way up. In addition to that, there's even player government where you, the people, are actually going to be able to elect other players into office who can set laws and control taxes and even make their own policies, going more a little realistic when it comes to weapons, health, and vehicles. That is, vehicles are going to handle like real vehicles, they're going to crash like real vehicles, weapons are going to shoot like the real counterpart in real life. Text communication exists, we're going for voice over IP, which means when you speak into your microphone, your voice is coming out of your character, and your character's mouth will move and everything accordingly. We actually created karaoke bars, and if karaoke is not really a thing, we have other fun stuff like cinemas. The cinemas are actually playing real movies. You can watch an actual movie play start to end. We even have musical instruments that you can actually play note by note however you like. You can write your own songs, play anything you want. And to make that even better, we have places to play in concert halls that amplify the music that you're playing on stage. You'll even find libraries full of player-written books and art galleries that are displaying art pieces that other people have actually drawn in a game. There's fun little mini games such as paintball that you can play with your friends. The majority of the items that are for sale on an NPC store are actually made by players. You wanted to actually create a t-shirt, you not only choose the fabric that's made out of the colors, you can even put symbols on it. These items sold in the stores are price based on supply and demand. Delivery missions can come into play. You can actually make money transporting goods from point A to point B and selling. We'll even have apps that you can use on your in-game smartphone or your in-game computer. You can buy real estate in the world. Every house that you see in the world is available for purchase. Any house that you have that's rented by another player is going to be producing income all the time. And the next step up from there even is factory ownership. Every single house in the world is viable and rentable. So you can build upgrade things like your floors, your walls, your trims, choose the style and color, and then it's time to buy furniture and move it all in. The cool thing here is that a lot of the furniture that you place in your home is functional. For example, a sofa or chair can be sat in. Television, you can actually watch streaming gameplay of other people playing Identity. If you have a radio, you can turn it on. That's in streaming radio, real internet radio stations. You can take a food out of a refrigerator or your cupboards, for example, or even use your bed to rest. The list goes on, and character customization is going to be very extensive. You can look truly unique and exactly how you like to appear. In place of skills and levels, we have something like a talent tree that you see in other MMORPGs, although it's structured a little bit differently. In addition to your generic talent trees, careers also have their own progression, things that you can do to make some money in the world, and anybody can do them at any given time. Things like mining, transportation, shipwreck excavation, hunting, fishing, and so on. There's even illegal things that you can do, such as robbery. You can kidnap other people, you can produce drugs, you can do smuggling or arms dealing. These are things like police, paramedics, and firefighters, and there's even more. These all have their own progression. For example, in police, you can become a detective, you can become a DEA agent or a SWAT member. All the police that you encounter in the game when you're a criminal are going to be played by other people. If you're interested in becoming a police officer, you're also going to get all kinds of extra powers and abilities and even weaponry that other people don't have. For example, you can arrest other players who are breaking law. You can tase them if you have to subdue them if they're killing them. You can have your own special vehicles with police radar, sirens, searchlights, and the list goes on. Members of gangs can declare war on other gangs, and if they accept, open war can begin where you can kill these other people at any given time. There are also PvP capture points such as cartels that work sort of like something you would expect in a game like Battlefield, where you capture a certain area and then gain benefits from holding it. In the case of a cartel, for example, you get a cut of the drugs that are produced there.
Okay, so let's watch this teaser trailer and see what kind of gameplay we've got. Wait a minute. What do we got here? Temporary placeholder art assets shown. This watermark is pretty much through the entire video. I can only speculate what it means, but it seems to me like the footage in this trailer has nothing to do with the game they're developing. Anyway, well, let's look at the gameplay trailer. So right away you can see your character is able to move around and interact with the environment, which is great. Definitely a plus. You can see the camera change from third person to first person, so they seem to have that down. The problem is the whole of this gameplay video happens alone inside of an apartment. I mean, they don't show any weapons, they don't show any vehicles, and they don't even show a user interface with health, ammo, or an inventory or anything. I mean, there's no character customization that I can see. The only thing that they show is a player wander around an apartment, turn his gadgets on and off, and move some furniture around, and then do some MS Paint. My question is, well, where's the game? Where's the game, huh? Okay, well, that's fine. They're like 89% of the way towards releasing their first module. Well, a module is a small chunk of the game that's supposed to be released to all the beta backers. So let's read some of this module description. With a few dozen players per town server, you can hang out and play games with other Identity fans while waiting on future modules and the full Identity world. Few dozen players, meaning 36? 36 players per server? I thought this was going to be an MMO. Well, looking at the Kickstarter page, it says it's a modern day open world MMORPG. An MMORPG with a server population of 36? Are you kidding me? How are you supposed to create an economy with 36 people? And well, maybe it's just the module and the final game will have a higher population limit. I mean, I don't know. Well, let's look at some of the module screenshots. Wow, okay. So these are looking pretty good, actually. I mean, you can see some people, and the environments are pretty interesting. There's lots of nice texture work going on. You can even see some reflective bump mapping. Yeah, these are really shaping up. Except they're not from Identity. These are screenshots I took from Half-Life 2, a game that came out in 2004. So now I'm going to put the real screenshots of Town Hall up. Okay, now to be fair, they don't look terrible. I mean, the environments, are fully modeled out and everything. It's just that they're super boring. There's really no interesting stuff going on at all. The textures are really flat. You don't see anything cool. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just really uninteresting. I mean, it's so uninteresting. I think, in my opinion, it gets beaten out by a game that released in 2004. Now, I don't really want to go into critiquing how well thought out this game is. I mean, but think about it for a second. Does anyone really want in-game karaoke? Do you really want in-game internet radio when you can just alt-tab into Chrome or Firefox and open Spotify? I mean, these features are kind of cool, but do we need them? Or do we want them? Or are they even necessary to having a great game experience? See, a game at its core needs to be fun. So far, I'm not even sure whether Identity will be fun. I mean, are in-game libraries fun? Are in-game art galleries fun? Will Identity be fun? I really don't know. I mean, this game promises so much. And you would think that if a game had everything in it, well, it has to be fun. There has to be some fun hidden somewhere inside there. But if looking for fun in the game is like looking for a needle in a haystack, well, will that truly be a fun game? I think you can get a pretty good idea of whether a game developer is capable of making a game by what games they've released in the past. So let's look at what games Asylum Entertainment has released. Going to the Games tab on their website shows you, well, they're 2 games. Atlas Life Asylum, a mod for Arma 3, and of course, Identity, so they really have no track record to speak of. Which is kind of worrying because they have ran away with $500,000 backed by 12,000 people. I don't know, I guess I've been rambling for a while. I just kind of want to wrap this up with, I really hope that Identity doesn't fail and that they genuinely release something good. Because if people lose hope, lose faith in small developers and funding small developers during development, well, then we might see a lot less experimental, really unique games. Now, I strongly support funding games in development. However, I don't think that we should base who we give our money to on promises alone. You need to have some content that you can show the consumer so that they'll decide to support the game. And it's really worrying that so many people threw money at this game when they showed no content. And that's scary. So I guess if there's one thing to take away from this video, don't throw your money at these guys until they release the module and we can actually see what the game is. Okay? Please, please, please. All right, well, that's half and half, and this has been a kind of long rant video, so I'm signing off. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much, and peace out.